The National Fire Protection Association is a global nonprofit organization dedicated to reducing the risk of fire, electrical hazards, and related dangers. What began as a small group of professionals standardizing fire sprinkler systems has grown into an international leader in fire and life safety, overseeing 300-plus codes and standards adopted in more than 50 countries. For over 125 years, NFPA has shaped safer communities through innovation, education, and advocacy. Let's travel back to 1895 in the town of Boston, Massachusetts. NFPA's origins trace back to a critical problem facing the fire protection industry in the late 19th century: inconsistent fire sprinkler systems. At the time, manufacturers used different thread sizes and fittings, making it impossible to interconnect sprinkler equipment across buildings. In March of 1895, a small group of men representing sprinkler and fire insurance interests gathered in Boston to discuss these inconsistencies. They knew that 9 radically different standards for piping size and sprinkler spacing could be found within 100 miles of the city of Boston. They realized that this plumber's nightmare had to be resolved, or the rate of sprinkler system failure might prove unacceptable. This meeting took place at the Boston office of the Underwriters Bureau of New England. The meeting was hosted by Everett Crosby of that office. In 1896, NFPA published its very first standard, NFPA 13, which established uniform guidelines for the installation of fire sprinkler systems. This milestone marked NFPA's emergence as a national authority on fire protection, laying the groundwork for modern fire safety practices. By the 1920s, NFPA expanded its mission beyond sprinklers to cover nearly all aspects of fire and life safety. It developed codes for building construction, hazardous materials, and electrical systems, rapidly becoming a leading voice in fire prevention and suppression. During World War II, NFPA's influence became even more critical. Its standards were widely used to protect shipyards, military bases, factories, and industrial plants, ensuring safety during a time of heightened risk. In the second half of the 20th century, NFPA shifted its focus from simply responding to fires to actively preventing them. Recognizing that education was key to reducing fire-related injuries and deaths, NFPA launched several groundbreaking public outreach programs. One of its most successful initiatives was a Learn Not to Burn program to teach fire safety in schools across the U.S.
You know what happens when a house catches on fire? It fills with suffocating smoke. But luckily, every room in your house has a crawlway about knee-high where the air is good. So by crawling, not running, out of a smoke-filled room, you breathe the good air down here and not the bad smoke up there. So remember, if there's a fire, use that crawlway. It's the best way out of a hot situation.
In addition, Sparky the Fire Dog, introduced in 1951, became NFPA's beloved mascot and a central figure in public fire education campaigns.
I'm Sparky the Fire Dog, Sparky the Fire Dog, and I need your help, so let's all do our part. If you give Sparky a helping hand, we'll work together and we'll never give a fire a place to start.
A pivotal moment came in 1973 with the release of the NFPA 101 Life Safety Code, developed in response to several catastrophic fires in public buildings. This code focused on safe building design, emergency exits, and occupant protection, quickly becoming one of the world's most widely adopted safety standards. By the 1980s and 1990s, NFPA had become a global leader in fire safety, with its codes and standards adopted across Asia, Europe, South America, and the Middle East. Today, NFPA also plays a critical role in firefighter training, emergency planning, and community risk reduction through workshops, certifications, and simulation-based education. Meanwhile, Sparky the Fire Dog has embraced the digital age, appearing in apps, videos, and interactive programs to engage kids and families in fire prevention. NFPA's educational initiatives continue to shape safer communities worldwide. From its origins in sprinkler system standardization to its role today as a worldwide authority on fire and life safety, the NFPA has spent more than a century protecting people, property, and the environment. Its codes, training, and educational initiatives continue to save lives and set the benchmark for safety across industries. Our industry runs deep throughout history, and explore it is always an exciting journey. Thank you for joining me on this one, and I hope to see you at the next. Remember, stay safe and stay informed.